Just a few weeks after turning 16, Fred Clay was wrongfully jailed for 38 years for a crime he never committed, the murder of a cab driver in Roslindale. In this next segment, we hear from Fred about how he survived and what motivated him in the harsh environment of prison, as well as his plans for the future.
Basically, they said that I left my foster home, went downtown Boston to the combat zone at 4 o'clock in the morning on November 16th, 1979. Didn't really say how I got downtown, but they say I went downtown and me and my co-defendant decided to get into a cab and then take a cab to Roslindale projects, housing projects, where my family lived at, and decide to rob and kill a cab driver. I ended up getting convicted based on eyewitness identification, and hypnosis involved in my case as well. So I spent most of my young life, midlife, in state prison, yes. Early on in my sentence, it was scary. I was sort of still chasing drugs. I was still angry at the system. Didn't know why what was happening to me was happening to me. Didn't know why I got a natural life sentence for something I did not do. Didn't know why I was put in prison. So I was just angry for a while. As far as the state helping me get back in society, they really didn't have no input into that. They really didn't help me out. Through the years, I ended up making friends from the community. It sort of gave me another connection to the outside community, because when you're in prison, the Department of Corrections do so much to try to cut off communication between the inmates and the public. And I ended up doing some of the programs that I wanted to do. When I was at Concord Farm, there was a flyer, a brochure that was placed up on the wall, and it was talking about circle support. And if you want to if you want to come to Lowell, if you want to go to Lawrence, there's people from the community that can help you get acclimated back in society. Whether you need help in finding a job training, get connected with CTI, just trying to get situated back in society. And I thought that since I was in my mind, I knew I was coming to Lowell anyway, and it'd be nice to have someone in Lowell that could help me. In the beginning, when I first got out of prison, being around crowds was a big thing for me. It was a big trigger for me. It was some PTSD.
You know, waking up for counts. So in the prisons, they count every particular number of hours. So he would pop up out of bed at the same time every day and stand by the door and wait to be counted until his grogginess kind of wore off and he realized I don't have to do this anymore.
I think justice has been done a little bit, but not quite, at least to my satisfaction. I'm happy, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but at the same time, it's kind of frustrating because a lot of things I'm trying to do now, I should have learned a long time ago, and I'm trying to learn it at 53, 55, now 56 years old. I learned that slow progress is better than no progress. So as long as I'm moving ahead, things are going okay. I often think about now, the police sirens doesn't bother me, but in today's world, Black people are getting killed they ain't breaking laws, they ain't doing nothing wrong and they getting killed. And that's in the back of my mind, walking down the street and might get pulled over or get murdered, I don't know, but I'm not trying to let that stuff get the best of me, but that's in the back of my mind too. So I'm just trying to be cautious.